Breaking Barriers with Compassion, the untold story of Gautam Buddha and the untouchable girl. Welcome, dear listeners, to another soul-stirring episode of Philosophies for Life. I'm so glad you're here with me today as we dive into the timeless wisdom of ancient teachings and uncover modern insights for living a fulfilling, meaningful life. Today, we're traveling back in time to the dusty roads of Vaishali, an ancient city in India, to explore a profound story about Gautam Buddha, a story that challenges societal norms, breaks down barriers, and reminds us of the true essence of humanity. This is a tale of compassion, equality, and the power of actions over labels. So, settle in, grab a warm cup of tea if you'd like, and let's journey together into this beautiful narrative that holds lessons for us all. Picture this. Gautam Buddha, the enlightened one, is walking through the bustling streets of Vaishali, spreading his message of peace and wisdom. As he moves through the city, he notices a distressing scene. A young girl, breathless and terrified, is being chased by soldiers. She stops near a well, exhausted and thirsty, her eyes wide with fear. Buddha, with his infinite compassion, calls her over and asks her to draw water from the well, not just for him, but for herself too. Now, imagine the tension in the air as the soldiers catch up, their intentions clearly hostile. But Buddha, calm as ever, raises a hand to stop them. The girl hesitates and, with a trembling voice, says, "Maharaj, I am an untouchable. If I touch this water, it will be defiled." Can you feel the weight of her words? The burden of a label she's carried her whole life? But Buddha, in his gentle yet firm tone, replies, "My child, I am parched. Please, draw the water for me and drink some yourself." At that very moment, the king of Vaishali arrives, offering Buddha scented water in a golden vessel. But Buddha refuses it. Instead, he turns to the girl once more, encouraging her to draw water from the well. This time, with newfound courage, she does. She drinks, and so does Buddha, sharing the same humble water from the same well. Isn't that powerful? A simple act. Yet it shatters centuries of discrimination in one quiet moment. Later, Buddha asks the girl why she's so afraid. She reveals her heartbreaking story. She had sung at the king's court, and her voice was so enchanting that the king rewarded her with a garland from his own neck. But when someone whispered that she was in quote, the king's admiration turned to rage. He ordered his soldiers to throw her into a dungeon. She escaped, barely. And that's when Buddha found her. Turning to the king, Buddha delivers a message that echoes through time. Listen, O king. A person's identity is not defined by their caste or religion, but by their virtues and actions. This girl, whose sweet voice brought you joy, whose talent you rewarded, how can she be untouchable? It is not her, but you, with your narrow thoughts and harsh actions, who have shown untouchability. The king, humbled and ashamed, seeks forgiveness and leaves, forever changed by Buddha's words. Let's pause here for a moment. Can you imagine the courage it took for Buddha to stand up against such deep-rooted societal norms? Let's reflect on some of his teachings that resonate with this story. One of my favorite quotes from Buddha is, "A person is not called wise because he talks and talks again. But if he is peaceful, loving, and fearless, then he is in truth called wise." This story embodies that wisdom. Buddha didn't just preach equality. He lived it. He didn't see labels. He saw a thirsty, frightened soul, and he acted with love. Another profound teaching of his is, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. By choosing compassion over judgment, Buddha transformed not just the girl's fate, but also planted a seed of change in the king's heart. Now let's dive deeper into the philosophical layers of this story. At its core, this tale speaks to the universal truth of human dignity. Society often boxes us into categories: caste, class, race, gender, status. But are these labels who we really are? Buddha's actions remind us that our worth lies in our character, in how we treat others, in the kindness we show. This story also touches on the theme of fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection. The young girl carried the weight of being untouchable, a label that stripped her of her humanity in the eyes of others. Yet Buddha's simple act of asking for water was a radical statement. You are seen. You are worthy. Isn't that something we all crave deep down? To be truly seen beyond the superficial? This story also connects to our emotional and spiritual well-being. How often do we judge others or ourselves based on external markers? How often do we let fear of what others will think stop us from doing what's right? Buddha's courage in defying societal norms is a call to action for us to examine our own biases. Are we building walls or bridges in our relationships? Are we acting from a place of love or fear? These are big questions, my friends, but they're worth asking if we want to live a life aligned with our highest values. So how can we apply these timeless lessons to our modern lives? First, let's commit to seeing people for who they are, not what they are labeled as. Maybe it's a coworker who's always overlooked, or a stranger who doesn't fit in. Can we offer them a kind word, a smile, a moment of recognition? Small acts of compassion can ripple out in ways we can't imagine. Second, let's challenge our own prejudices. The next time you catch yourself making a snap judgment about someone, pause. Ask yourself, what's the story behind this person? What virtues might I be missing? And third, let's be brave like Buddha. Standing up for what's right isn't always easy. Maybe it's speaking out against unfair treatment at work or in your community. It might feel uncomfortable, but remember, change starts with one voice, one act. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Your worth, my dear listener, is not in the labels society pins on you. It's in your actions, your kindness, your courage to stand for what's right. Gautam Buddha's encounter with the untouchable girl in Vaishali reminds us that true nobility lies in how we treat others, especially those who are marginalized or overlooked. So I invite you to reflect this week. Where can you break a barrier with compassion? Where can you offer a hand, a listening ear, or simply a shared moment of humanity? Thank you for joining me on Philosophies for Life. I'm so grateful to share these stories and insights with you. Until next time, keep walking your path with an open heart, and remember, every small act of kindness can change a life. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.